Well, debris from a deadly wildfire that spread through North New Mexico has contaminated much of the water, leaving residents in Las Vegas, New Mexico, with just 20 days left of clean drinking water. You can see the countdown there. People have been stocking up on bottled water, fearing the supply could soon run out. And joining me now is the mayor of Las Vegas, New Mexico, Mayor Louie Trujillo. He feels this countdown acutely. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. Good evening.
Good evening. And this must be a stressful situation. How are the people in your city holding up? We know that they have been buying bottled water. What else do the people there need to do to prepare?
Well, we're very fortunate in that the community has been so supportive through this crisis. And as a result, we have probably a few days, over 20 days left of drinking water. And of course, we're distributing drinking water, and everyone is doing a fantastic job in conserving the water that we do have. We've cut our consumption down to quite a bit, probably 40 or 50% of what we usually drink. So we are encouraged with the numbers right now. Right now, there are some temporary measures being spoken about to get the water out of a nearby reservoir, or a co-reservoir that we would like to call it, Story Lake State Park. And we will be getting that water up to our reservoir here shortly. By the end of the week, that temporary filtration system should be pumping that water over to our reservoir so that we can turn that into drinking water.
Yeah, and we know in this case it was a fire, but in a broader landscape of overall rising temperatures and concerns about drought and concerns about dropping reservoirs in our country, do you anticipate this is something that is a sign of more to come in the future, or are you hoping this is a one-off situation?
Well, we have been in a terrible drought for many years. Northern New Mexico has. And unfortunately, the government caused these two forest fires that combined into one huge fire, the largest fire in New Mexico history, and completely decimated our watershed. And so the water that's coming down the Gallinas River after the most fruitful monsoon season in 7 years has rendered the water completely unable to be drank or to be drank right now. So we cannot capture any of that water due to the contaminants and the heavy particulates in that water for our treatment system. So we're relying now mostly on the temporary filtration system and installing a temporary filtration system up in the watershed closer to the river.
And what is the timeline on all of this? Is this something your city is going to have to deal with long term? Can this contamination be cleaned up? How long is temporary?
Well, they're cleaning the contamination right now. We've been told this is going to be a 10-year cycle of getting everything cleaned out and washed out of that watershed. The Army Corps of Engineers has done a fantastic job in building some protective measures so that the flooding and the big debris coming down from the Gallinas River isn't coming into our town, and actually is helping us to protect some of our infrastructure along the river. So we're told that we're in this for quite some time. And so the most permanent solution right now would be to replace the entire treatment system that we have right now that was designed solely for the type of water that was coming down the river prior to this burn. So now we will have to design and pay for a huge improvement or replacement of our filtration system completely. And I don't expect our budget to cover it. We are holding the government responsible for every expense that our municipality has to pay for. And so far, the government has been cooperative, and our New Mexico Governor, Michelle Grisham, has been outstanding in supporting us through this crisis.
Well, and Mayor, that's good to hear. I wish we had more time. We only have about 20 seconds left, but just so I'm clear, 10 years is a long time. What are you going to do to get fresh water other than bottled water?
We're working on several things. Everything is on the table right now, including exploratory wells, replacing our treatment system and using the water that's coming down the river as it is and making it drinkable. So that'll require us to replace an entire treatment facility that we have that's sort of antiquated and not made for the type of water that's coming down the river right now. So we're hoping that all ideas are on deck and we are running with them as fast as we can. We are in a consortium of about 250 professionals consulting with us at this time, and we intend to find a more permanent fix.
All right, Mayor Louie Trujillo, it's a situation we know, and we know you're also busy. Thank you for your time tonight.
I appreciate you being here too. Thank you.
Well, devastating flooding in the Dallas area has left the city with roughly $6 billion in damage. The rainfall began on Monday with more than 15 inches of rain coming down in less than 24 hours. Authorities made dozens of emergency water rescues as the water levels rose so quickly, leaving some drivers and homes submerged under several feet of water. And this begs the question, is climate change beginning to get out of control? And joining me now to discuss, economist and futurist Rebecca Ryan, and the cost of all of this. Rebecca, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure, Natasha. Thank you.
So how much money can you estimate the U.S. will spend this year to rebuild as a result of rising temperatures and changing climates? And can we really afford to keep up with those costs?
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number because, as you've pointed out, I mean, just your last two stories, $6 billion here, a 10-year, water system overhaul for Las Vegas being paid for by New Mexico. So it's really difficult to say the exact number. But what we do know is that the insurance market and the reinsurance market are facing higher claims than they have ever had. And I think you're right, the hockey stick is going up.
And the White House said in April of this year that climate change is estimated to cost the U.S. $2 trillion each year by the end of the century. I mean, that's a staggering number. It's hard to wrap one's head around. What do you make of that statistic?
Yeah, so if you think about like Google is valued at $1.25 trillion. So this is more than the value of a Google in economic impact every single year. And sometimes those numbers don't include things that are very personal to people, like loss of life. We've had more people dying from heat-related deaths in the Mountain West this year than we've had before. We know like what happened in Texas when they had that terrible ice storm. So the truth is America is not built for the extremes of climate change. We're not built for the extreme heat or for the extreme cold. So I think that's probably a pretty conservative number.
Well, how has climate change impacted the U.S. economy and the stock market? I don't think a lot of people understand how intimately connected it might be.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it really depends what sector you're looking at. So if you're thinking about agriculture, when you've got drier and hotter days and seasons, a lot of things change. India, for example, this year had record highs, and they had their farm workers work in the night instead of during the day because you couldn't work during the day. We also see it with construction workers. Construction workers who are out there trying to help us with our housing shortage right now, they can't work as much during the intense heat. So we might not see housing starts to the extent that we need in this already fragile housing system. And then when you look at what's happening with the electrification of the grid, we know that we want to bring more renewables onto the grid. It requires lots and lots of money. It would help us be more sustainable, more energy sustainable as a country, but we don't yet have all the ways to put those renewables onto the grid. And again, the grid is key to keeping our homes warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
And I mean, you mentioned India and other countries. We know that the U.S. is not the only country dealing with changing temperatures and a changing climate. How have the global markets been impacted by all of this?
Yeah, once again, my general rule of thumb as an economist is follow the money. So watch what the insurers and the reinsurers do. And right now there really is a split, for example, between what Europe is doing and what America is doing. So Europe, for example, is being much more heavy-handed with the companies and even the individuals that it's insuring, saying you must have climate mitigation as part of what you're doing, or we will not insure you. We're not quite there yet with America, but it is starting.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.